you sitting down, okay, let me bring it back to your question, God. I don't want to stray too much. Yeah, we're going back to that earlier bill, God. So, yeah, you would explore. But people come in here. People come in here, oh, okay, you know, the Christian, we've had conversations with people, because I want to hear, I'm not leaving Jesus, because I'm sitting here talking to you, you know what I mean? Okay, well, how's that working for you? You know what I mean? You know, what do you mean? You know what I mean? Just kind of understanding where they are, you know what I mean, and that dynamic.
Well, you know, God, pardon me, not to cut you, but when Najee walked in, it reminded me, like, one time early on, I can't remember the exact circumstances, but again, this was, you know, when I was in and out, and I used to come by Najee's Rest and, you know, Bill, and I don't remember the whole circumstances of the conversation. Basically, I'm talking about going over there and teaching, and maybe I was teaching something, or I was teaching to someone or something.
321? When you was at 321, he was around?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's back. Okay,
yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Bill.
And then, Najee was saying, and I'm paraphrasing here, so it might be as extreme as.
Plus he old, so he, you know.
Me too, but so this is something from 20-something years back.
Okay, got you. Good.
But it's basically Najee was saying, like, yo, don't go up over there, up in them people's place, up in them people's houses, basically, and start blowing it up like this, that, and third. You would get. And he told me a couple stories of guys that got themselves in different situations from being in the wrong place and blowing it up too hard, you know. And I think, you know, looking back now, especially now as a father with a family and all of that, it was right and exact. He's speaking about my safety. You up in these other people country.
Yeah, right.
Plus, I be traveling in Muslim places too. You know what I mean? Where they not playing. You know what I mean? Even just the crown a little different. They never seen it before. They looking at it away.
Yeah, right.
So you know what I mean? So he's saying those things is about safety. It's about being wise and so on and so forth. I feel now though, having taken this for so many years, I think I've grown to the point where I have good understanding.
Okay.
Of where I can, you know what I'm saying, and to where, yeah, and you know, like you just said, God, those younger days, you was coming more fiery with it, more confrontational with it. Right. You know, I was just coming fresh from the root.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Guns blazing.
Exactly. But you know, but maybe now. So those are the questions that I'm seeking to answer now. Like, all right, now.
I think just honest, as we always, but I think you have more of an answer about that because you're there. You see what I'm saying? You know.
Right, you would know how to navigate because you've been there for a long time, so you know the culture.
I also want to make sure, this is the thing that I always come back to too, that I don't want to stray far. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Well, you are far. In the sense of like meaning that you are far from here, but I get the sense of what you're saying, like, and it's peace that you come back here and build, but you have a greater understanding how to navigate that land than we do. Because me personally, I've never been there. You've been there before?
No.
All right,
no, I don't think nobody in here.
Right. So I've never been. So you have a greater understanding of that now. I like what the God said, like in terms of like you start the conversation, and you know, like you don't disparage them, but you spark the conversation. Like, you know, if you see somebody could get something from you, and it will benefit them, and you give it to them.
Something Farrakhan said. I take from this. I'm a Jew thief anyway, so I'm not gonna be strong in my house and weak in yours. And when I heard that, I ran with that, which means let me study. It goes back to what Najee said. Now, even more importantly, let me respect you, because I would want you to respect me when you come in my house, right? That's why I asked your daughter about the difference, because there's differences. There's differences in terms of culture, not people, but in terms of culture. But you know, in traveling from how I do things there to how we do things here, but knowing, see. Because the manifestation of knowledge means to know, like, come, how you doing? You know, you're gracious. You know what I mean? Like you said, God, just the way you wear your clothes differently. Okay, yeah, he's not wearing our clothes. You know, like, who is he? Right? You know, different because his dreads, and you know, because his locks, you know, whatever. So, the whole dynamic. But then, see, people are more open when they see that you know their science and philosophy. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So we can talk now. So I'm not just coming in that I had to learn that too. You know what I mean? I had to, you know, because it was one way. Black man's God, ritual man, and you know, okay, bet. So I mean, and people taught me teachable moments. Can you show me your presence in this Bible, this Quran, the Bhagavad Gita, this book, or the book of the Torah? Or can you, do you know this language? You know, whatever. You know, in fact, one of the premises of the anti-white, don't be anti-white or pro-black, was that very same thing. Because you hear, man. I mean, I get what's happening. I'm telling you who the original man is, who the devil is, but we're not going to emulate the ways of him. You know, I'm not having you hate. I'm not having you. And first, you get the knowledge of self. In fact, we want to teach all human family. That's why Allah was a major threat, because I'm trying to, I'm bringing all these people together, but knowing that's, you know, like, okay, let me, I mean, and you've been around, so you pretty much know too. The question then would only be, if I have a knowledge of why these sciences are, then one of my questions would be, well, how does it benefit them? You know what I mean? Because you need to see how they see it. Because a lot of times when people, and they may have a misunderstanding, even how they see their own science, and then you helping them. You know, okay, well, you know, interesting, because, you know, I kind of see that a little bit differently, depending on the person. You know, that I was telling your daughter, another premise I work for is the eyes round. I got to look at who I'm talking to. I got to look at your facial expressions and your body language. Because if I have people, you know, yes, you know, first of all, they see the flag, right? I watched how you looked at me. Yeah, and you know, so excuse me. Yeah, okay, not a problem. No, I'm not gonna cry. Have a good day. I got you. Or man, whatever. You know, lady told me months back. I always say this in my class. It was raining. It's Sunday. They get me to go to church. They waiting for a cab. I'm going to come down here. So I'm going to walk in the building. She said, yeah. She said, you got your umbrella, son? I said, yeah, yes, ma'am. Come right here. I said, yeah, because the Lord making it rain, right? And so I said, all right, you say so. You know, so you know, cause you make a statement like that, damn, you sound like you atheist. So, but the man was like, you don't believe in God? Two older people, so I respect him. I said, you know, then I went to that whole dynamic. You know, no, I don't. I know him. You know what I mean? Different culture, because you know, I'm sure your conversation could definitely be different there, because there's a whole nother dynamic again. You know what I mean? We're talking about how we were brought here and that whole, you know, there you're talking about Japan. Right, so you're talking about, man, this is how, you know, this is, all right. So it's just engaging in the conversation, right? For those that's open, I said, going back to the God's bill, I think who's going to be, anyone being objective, you know, because again, this is what your philosophy all your life. I'm not here to change that dynamic, right? You know, but in our discussion, I know if you open, you gonna ask me some questions, right? But you don't see the son being the woman. No, that's not how I was given that science. But you understand where they're going, depending. I'm just using what do you call that? What their definition of how that science goes, based on, you know, what the God said. But one thing I give, one of the definitions of okay, yeah, one of the definitions I give look, listening, and respecting. Because I would want somebody, when they come into my house, to respect me. You know what I mean?
You must do your own research, as I did.
If Mecca did this.